here's what we need to work on now, okay? We are going to be, I want you to be thinking about an informative speech topic. I gave you a sample yesterday. Hey, you two, pay attention. We're started. I gave you a sample yesterday with my Superman outline. That is your typical example of an informative. Hey, you two, pay attention. Don't talk. I gave you a typical example of an informative speech. It doesn't have to be on a superhero. It doesn't have to be on a person. It could be about all kinds of subjects, okay? But it's giving us information. We organize it. We tell our audience about a particular subject. It could be about sailboats. Maybe you have a fascination with sailboats and you're going to tell us all about them. Or maybe you love panda bears and so you decide you're going to give us an informative speech on panda bears. Or maybe you want to give us a speech on the coronavirus. I don't know. You know, it could be lots of things, lots of different things, but you're informing us, okay? Maybe you're a big fan of the Bears and you decide you're going to give a speech about the history of the Bears football team franchise, okay? You could do that, or the Cubs, or, you know, anything like that. Maybe you want to give us a speech on the history of baseball, okay? You could do that. So here's what you have to do, though. Guys, I cannot let you just rely on the knowledge that you have. When I put together that speech on Superman, I did research on it, okay? So that's what we want to think about right now, doing research. How many of you have done research for a project or a class before? Just about all of you? Okay. So you're familiar with that. Here's the great thing for you. You can just go online and you can find your information. All right, and you can usually find a variety of sources. We do need to make sure we're using good sources. You can start with Wikipedia. It's basically an encyclopedia. So you can start there for basic information. But then we need to take a look at what are our other options, because for this speech that you're going to be doing, we'll start it next week. Okay, we're not going to start it today, but we will start it sometime next week. You're going to have at least 3 sources that are not you, okay? Sure, use the information that you have to then look up other things, okay? Or maybe you're doing something completely new that you don't know a lot about. Maybe you've always had a fascination for something, some particular topic. You're like, I wonder about this, you know? And so take a look. Maybe it's something you saw in a documentary. Maybe you want to do a speech about the Bermuda Triangle and you really know nothing about it. So research it. We need to look for good sources. Good sources online usually end in .orgs and .govs. You can usually rely on those, okay? The .edus, those are all education websites. Those can be good. But what you have to be careful with in the EDU sites is that you're not just finding something out of some student's paper, because they'll often be published under the EDU, okay? It could be no, it doesn't necessarily mean it's fake, but you're looking at a student's work and think about how accurate your work might or might not be, okay? So you're relying on that student putting together information. That's not a good source. Don't pick some student's paper even though you're like, oh my gosh, I found something, okay? Make sure that that's not what it is. You need to go to the original sources if you can. Look for documents that are, magazines are good. Things like Time, Newsweek, U.S. News and World Report, the New York Times, the Washington Post, the Chicago Tribune is if you find things from there, usually you accept when they're editorial things. We can't really, if you're doing an informative speech, stay away from anything that's in an editorial article where it's giving you an opinion about something, okay? No, Wikipedia is just an encyclopedia of information, all right? So, guys, to practice some of this, what I have for you today is an exercise in research, okay? So I'm going to see if I can pull that up on here. Sometimes this board usually works in the morning when I'll pull up the first lesson for you guys. And then after that, it does this. Yeah, it gets stuck. I don't know why, but that's what happens. So I'm going to pull it up in here. Ben, turn around. Okay. So guys, I'll pull this up here so you can see. We're missing somebody still. Still missing Kindle. Okay.
I'm Michigan Lake. Is he local 150? Is he an operator? What's his name?
Okay, this assignment is called Research Practice 1.
You can tell by the name who named somebody. I don't know. Who's the snow Monday?
Hey guys, open up Research Practice 1. No, you have to do this on your own. I just want to show you what you're doing, okay? So what it says is you are concerned about efficiency in your place of employment. However, you have to convince your boss to change procedure. In preparation for your presentation outlining the need for change, go to the library. Well, you're not going to go to the library. You're just going to go here online. And find credible academic support for each claim below. List the course, date, and factual information for each. So here's what I'm asking you to do as a practice for your research. I want you to find one piece of information that supports each of these 4 points, okay? So this says happy workers make more productive workers. So just type that in. Type that into a search bar in Google, and you should be able to find some information that supports that. You just need one piece of information. So put the information and then put whatever it is, whatever the source is, and the date of the source if they have one, okay? So put the website that you found it on, basically. All right? Yes, you're going to put the find a piece of information that supports that. Then it says communication through computer saves time and money. Find a piece of information that supports that. Put it and the source. A 4-day work week increases profits. Find something to support that and the source. And the 4th one is employees are less productive when working overtime. Find something to support that and list it and the source. Okay, so you're just looking basically for 4 pieces of information. Hey, did you open the assignment? Okay. These are worth 4 points apiece, so this is 16 points, okay? That's what I want you to do for Monday. You can, well, you still have about 15 minutes you can work on it, so you can get most of it done right now. And then you won't have homework.
Being honest.
Well, then, yeah, you can copy and paste it, yeah. Well, for this exercise, you can, okay? For this exercise, you can copy and paste it in there. Because the point is for you to actually look for the information, okay? Yeah, the whole point of the exercise is for you to look for the information. Okay. Ben, please do this instead of slapping your boots.
I don't know. It's like a white screen.
Okay.
Oh, you're right. $10 to fix the screen. I'm not even fixing it. Right now.
All right.
Wait, so if Jack has to go get change, would you better figure out why?
Not now because it's too late in the class.
Oh, you could have done that.
No, maybe. I don't know.
But give me, get a 10 and 2 5s. Get 5 to Nick.
Give me my 10 back. What? That means you just take $25. I'll give you the other thing. Yeah. No, I get the 5 back. You get to keep the 10 and 5 again. The 5 years. You get a 5 back, I get a 10. No, you get a 10, I get a 5. No, you get a 10. Your brother gets a 5, and I get a 5. I worked 2 hours. All right, just give me that 5 back. I'm driving by tonight to pick up my 5. I don't care if I can or cannot come over. Just go to McDonald's after school. No, I can't. I didn't drive here. I'll load the clip. No, I'm joking, but seriously, give me my 5 back. Too bad my laptop works. Mine was not fun. Mine didn't. Why'd they give us these instead of MacBooks? Yeah, mine didn't work either. Why'd they switch these for MacBooks?
I still find it ironic how much you guys well, I don't know if it was you guys, but my older students had complained about the MacBooks, and then they got the Chromebooks, and they're like, we want our MacBooks back.
Yeah, we want
Yeah.
that.
These things are junk.
You loved your MacBook? Yeah.
Hey,
I'm just glad. I'm sorry. I know I'm not trying to flaunt it over you, but they were going to have the teachers go to Chromebooks. And then I don't know. I don't think we even complained about it. And they gave us MacBooks back.
Oh, wow.
You guys.
Part of it was because we have to be able to save a lot of stuff. We have a lot of files and
We have
things.
8 gigs.
And these
Yeah.
are so-
And the Chromebooks wouldn't have allowed us to do that. I know. I know. I think that's why they kept the teachers with the MacBooks.
Well, at least next year we can do Chromebooks.
Do you?
I get to keep this Chromebook this year.
So excited. Last one.
You don't have to turn them back in?
I don't think so.
We paid for these ones.
He's 6'3".
We paid like 10
Just
gold
no,
their
we paid-
worth and
Each person paid like
Yeah.
and that's why we.
Because your MacBooks, you had to turn back in.
we can use our phones better.
Look how my sister fell asleep.
You doing okay?
Mm. This system won't work, Miss Hahn. It's not letting me do my streaming. It won't search me.
Well,
No, it won't. Like, look, it just keeps doing this, and I restarted my internet and my laptop.
I don't know what to tell you. I'm sorry.
This Friday is.
Can you find anything on your phone?
No, my service just went out on my phone.
Okay.
I swear to God.
All right.
You can see my text with my mom. I swear. Yeah, calm down, buddy.
It can be okay.
Peace and.
You just put the loogie over and you
Oops.
I didn't.
get through your pants faster.
I'm never.
Look, man, we can
Sucking my services. Either way.
you have Verizon or we
I Verizon, but this is the first time it's done this.
Yeah, mine's not doing good here either.
No,
I know it usually does good here.
I think it's this laptop too, because my laptop will load it. Yeah, the weather, the government, they're bugging our.
They shot down the Verizon cell tower.
How am I supposed to do my homework?
Yeah, mine
I'm
won't
so
even
stressed,
load.
dude. I could rip all my hair on my head right now.
I guarantee it.
Oh, you just. Oh, that is about.
This one, I just watched it here. I don't even know.
Go to the bathroom and scream.
Look from here.
What is?
I swear.
Well,
Of course, this is working. Did you finish yours, Simon?
Oh, is anybody's internet working? Raise your hand if your internet is not working. Raise your hand if your internet's not working, guys.
The only thing I do know is Spanish.
Keaton, is yours working?
No, it's not.
Nobody's internet is working.
I saw one person, you raise your hand and say your internet.
Okay, you asked my teacher.
I was supposed to listen to
Shh. You asked.
How many of you are having internet difficulties? Parts of you are.
everybody just raise their hand.
That means we should leave.
That means you shouldn't go home today.
Go home today.
Technically.
Alright, I'm done.
Okay.
I'm just.
Take that off the
I'm done.
cards.
Are you?
I gotta go.
Dr. Reichert.
I retired. I'm driving around.
Unless you got the answers.
Today's gonna be my last day, so I'm not finishing these last years. I don't care anymore.
The other teams, no. I don't even belong enough. I don't even remember the problem.
Junior year's gonna be so
I
hard.
think we should do 144.
I'm just gonna forget it. Chemistry is confusing.
Mine is 360.
Wait.
I got this.
What treasures you got by
Just go to.
I can't. Why not? Cause I didn't drive my truck here.
Just walk.
I'll drive to your house later tonight.
Dude, get off that weird website.
180. So yeah.
Can I?
It's like so.
I don't know.
Go to Spire thing.
What?
What's all these excuses?
We're going to Plymouth tonight. Yeah, after you get back. Yeah, when you get back. Yeah, but I'll come after.
Yeah.
Can you not smash my toe?
How am I gonna give to your body's hot?
What? Twisting masters next time.
And then on the same one.
Hey, can I have that 50 bucks?
Yeah, I would like that.
Hey, can I have that 50 bucks?
I knew. I knew.
Are you texting Lee? Yeah. Don't do it.
I have
That's not
Boys, you get all this work done?
I am.
I'm gonna try to have this back.
No, try it without me.
14%. I usually only try 14.
You have to think of having that.
See, communication is through. Same time in one.
Technically. No. No, look at the grain rolling thing.
Wait, go back down.
No.
And
Seriously, it's not working.
Hey, Alberto and Corbin, you need to go down to see Mr. Woodbigler.
hi guys.
He's in the auditorium.
In the auditorium?
Yeah, you'll just be down there for a couple minutes. I'll send you right back. And it's, we'll have 10 minutes of class. Go to the auditorium.
Oh, work. Work. Work.
No, it's fine.
All we do is like.
Don't make me restart. You should do a 4 days a week.
Let's talk about that at one time, to save money on fuel costs.
I love it so much.
So they're running the buses for us.
He has more missing than I thought.
Yeah.
Why don't we do that?
Now, you would have to go to school an extra hour and a half.
I love it. I did the test for him.
If you went to a 4-day week, you would have to increase the length of the school.
Oh, yeah.
To get the app, because the state requires you to have so many hours.
You wanna see my grades?
No way.
No.
I gotta do it.
Then why'd they raise the more we have now?
I said really never watched.
Yeah, speech.
I think Brian, I think my new, I think
That's
my.
why in 2020.
I like to now.
Then go straight, you can't turn us to the two.
I had a D on this test.
That's so hard.
Yeah, I got E. I literally.
Yeah, if you went to a 4-day week,
I thought
you
I was
would
gonna
have
be
to,
really
you probably have to.
kind of
have a
understand.
Yeah, I kinda got lucky with that.
I
Yeah,
understand.
we gave you an extra 6 hours.
Dude, I'm gonna.
It's just, I try, like, I understand it, but when you take the quizzes, there's just so much stuff, so many different formulas, and I don't know which one to use.
One formula.
Okay.
How am I supposed to remember?
On. Yeah, we do. Supposed to do, yeah. I think that.
I complained about him didn't do homework, but all he has to do is write down the answers that I showed him.
I hope he knows this feature. I hope he knows.
He doesn't care. That's usually why he cares so much. Yeah.
It's good that you got it. I'm done. This class and this class will always have 100. Trigger is my basketball.
I don't want to be in
Let's go.
This super overpowered suit. I don't know.
Like I did
And so
like
she's good at grade.
it's Amy was the best.
I love,
She literally grades out so fast.
I love her though.
She's so mine. I would just love them.
She's like, she literally has the biggest head I've ever seen. She don't even got a bend over.
Well, you're gonna hear about.
Good to get out. I like it out.
It's getting bigger.
I have bigger. I have I have
37. How is his GPA so high? Mine's fucking 2.0. It's about to go down. His GPA is about 2. It has to go. Bro, it literally I'm gonna make sure. It does for the next year. I'm still 2.0 even though I'm not old.
Good, he did.
Actually, I think that's. Should lunch detention today. Should lunch detention.
Yeah.
So one day just let me know.
You gotta go to
This is why I don't come to school, because I think I got them first. I'd rather come to school, like not come to school. And
You gotta do the way. Just get whatever. You do whatever.
Yeah.
I don't need homework to do have a fucking future.
It's a Velcro.
Well, you're not. I can go to the Marines.
Bruno.
I'm going to the Navy. I'm going to the Army or something. I don't need good grades to fucking have a successful.
Do for shit. Please just turn your stuff here.
Hey, you know those
I'm just saying, I don't need good grades.
But
to
no,
be successful.
I have all the answers to every single thing you missed.
I don't want. I always pass the class at the end of the quarter.
With the duties.
Took me that long.
You can never
Oh,
see
we got
right
way
now.
too free.
Yeah.
No, you guys have mentality.
What happened to
That's not
unaction?
what I hope for.
What happened to unaction control?
I realized.
Hey guys, I need
I didn't get
your desk.
I live with the greatest mentality in the world. I don't live to
Let's go. Guess what?
You got a 4.
Sorry, didn't want to spray your phone.
No, it's not. It's out of 3.
It is?
It's out of 3. It's out of 3.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is, because my sister has.
Take off.
Yes, it's out of 3. It's out of 3.
It was out of 6.
Not
Now it's out of
anymore.
4.
No, it's not. It's out
Bro, there's no way it's out of 4. They don't run 3. Like, I'm not saying you're wrong, but like, it's out of 4.
No, it's just what I did. Guess what mine is?
Okay, mine's a 2.4 and I had F's. It
It
did restart. Mine was a 2.9, 2.8, remember? Mine did restart. Mrs. Hahn, do we run on a 4 GPA?
Yes, we do now. They switched over to the 4 this year. We had been on a 6. But this year they switched to the 4. And it is because colleges and everybody else do 4. We were like one of the few places that did a 6.
Why do you have to? You didn't have that arc, and I was literally about to do it just so I could find out what the answer was. Yeah.
Hey, so these rows are done. I still have to finish the far row, or the closer row to the door. So yeah, your seat's done. Happy Friday, everybody. The winter swim sectionals.
Not this weekend, but next weekend. Ready for it to be over.
Yeah.
Swimming's terrible. I can imagine. As soon as your guys' season ends, I have to deal with colds. Yeah, because I have to lifeguard for him. Because they had 52 kids sign up. Jesus. 52 kids aren't gonna do swimming, but no, like, you're only gonna end up with like 30, yeah, at the most. Because I know my brother signed up and I'm just not swimming.
I remember Miss Zico.
No
trying to
near-death
teach me, and I
experiences
refused
today.
to dive, so she
Although,
What?
last night I cried over it.
No, I still haven't found my stapler. Who has a stapler?
Because, when they're getting you take off of. I was having like